नमस्कार and welcome दोस्तों and welcome to one more episode of Unsung Heroes Legends in Spotlight. And this particular episode is different in the sense that this is the first episode where I am going on live. Otherwise, all my episodes, 13 episodes which I have done in my second series, are all on the physically on a podcast studio. So yes, so today I'm doing the first episode live after a long time. And yes, in this particular space of Unsung Heroes, we generally invite people who are legends, and we talk about the mental health and how mental health is important in one's life, and how mental health and gut health are connected. So we go deep into this particular instance of mental health and gut health and all other things. So in today also I have a very special guest, because special in the sense because we belong to the same community, and we are going to go deep into the mental health, how mental health is related to gut health, so on and so forth. So today my guest is Dr. Suji Nair. Before I bring her on, let me give a brief background about her. She is the founder of Thrive Mama Community. And this is a very special community because she is dedicated to this particular community is dedicated to single mothers. Her She's on a mission to heal the emotional wounds, achieve the financial freedom, and have a purposeful life for these single mother. Uh, we'll go deep into this because when we talk about a single mother, there are so many other issues related to it. There are the emotional issues, there are the financial issues, there are the issues of being low in confidence, so on and so forth. So once we go deep into this, we'll go deep and try to understand as to how my guest today has come over it. So Dr. Suji Nair actually uses the natural techniques of neuroscience, NLP, and practical mindset shifting techniques. So it's going to be a very interesting conversation today with Suji Nair. And so before, let me welcome my guest. Uh, Welcome, Suji. Welcome to my show, and thank you so much for taking
Hi,
out your time and being there on my platform.
very happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
So yeah, it's a pleasure to have you here, and especially because the community what you are doing is, I think, something special, and I'm too interested to know more about it, because when we talk about single mother, there are so many uh, emotional issues which are connected to it, and bringing people and emotions are thing which are actually over a longer period of time. When we have our emotions without, it leads to diseases. And I think you are doing a splendid job of helping them. And I think you have already brought out helped more than 6,000 people.
Yes, so all the ladies are like super happy now. They're living a very beautiful life with their children, in the workspace, wherever they do service. So it's just a, spiral effect. So I
Mm.
feel really good for everything that I'm doing, and I'm so grateful for it.
Great. Just so, Suji, before we move on to deeper into discussions, just give a brief background about you to my audience.
Sure. So for me, the coaching journey started when I got into motherhood journey in 2010. And even before I could give birth to my child is when I realized there is a lot of baggages which I carry within me, which was causing a lot of turmoil inside, disturbance in my workspace and in this pregnancy process. So that is where I started, working on myself, learning different things and doing my inner healing. Because the moment I was doing that, I could see a lot of calmness, a lot of easiness, a lot of resilience in my body, even through the process of the labor pain, the delivery, the postpartum. Though I went through my depressive phases, but these tools that I have been using over a period of like over a decade and a half now, I think it is helping me magically. So then I felt that, okay, fine, now that I could heal myself out of these situations and I could work on my motherhood journey, like I wouldn't say I'm a perfect mother or a perfect human, but it is still a learning process. Like the more I am able to find myself, I'm not doing something right, I have a scope to work on it. So then I started working on the community members, working with, like, I started off with deaf people, then I started working with corporate professionals, then I streamed it down to single mothers because there's a lot that single mothers go through and they don't have anyone to talk, to share, to express. From the time they wake up from the bed till they go to sleep, they're on that mode that I have to do everything by myself, like housework, child, office, taking care of family, grocery, shopping. Everything is on their shoulders. So it's not a very easy space where they can, release the burdens from their mental head and put it off. So I really wanted that space for
Yeah.
people because I myself am into this motherhood journey and single parenting for the last 7 years. So it was not easy, but because I had my mentors, my tools, my community, my space,
Mhm.
it really gives that protective space. So I am so happy that, I'm able to do what I'm able to do now. And I just want to take this more so that we can build more coaches out of, those who are really resonating to serve. And
Yeah.
I think because just by we being coaches, we cannot reach to the millions of people on this planet. But
True.
if we are able to create more coaches and healers, I think that is where the world needs more right now.
So I think it's more of a, giving back to the society, building up a team, because as a single person, you can reach it to few people. Maybe when you make it a team, when you develop more coaches, so you can reach it to more people. And I think that is where your micro niche comes into, right? So because it's very important to have a micro niche, because there are so
Yes.
many coaches, so many trainers, so many people who are actually coaching ladies, yeah, women. But yes, your micro niche is that.
Yeah.
It's very beautiful. And I think you, some way you are giving it back to the society. And
Yes,
you are.
that is what is needed. Like,
Mm.
whatever we have received, and
Mm.
it needs to be a balance, giving
Yeah.
and receiving. So I just keep doing because it makes me feel good.
So how was your childhood, if I can ask?
Childhood was, I wouldn't say it was all good. Like, I had blessed parents who gave food, clothing, shelter, education.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But as a child, sometimes I felt left out.
Okay.
Like, I'm still the eldest child to my parents,
Mm-hmm.
and I have two younger siblings. So, being the eldest, that tag was already put on me ever since my first sibling came into
Mm-hmm.
this planet. And then
Okay.
it was like, now you need to be responsible. Tum bade ho, tum jo karoge. That is what people, your siblings will also do. So you
Mm.
need to do it right. If you don't get it right, you get punished. And then started the journey of comparison, like वो पढ़ती है आप नहीं पढ़ते हो आपका marks
Ah,
नहीं आता है you score so less sometimes even when my parents had to come for parent teachers meeting and they will ask for which child, first, second or third, so they
mm.
like the first child, and then my parents will be like the hands on their head, they'll be like, oh my gosh,
फिर आ गई, फिर इसका
it's a
सुनना पड़ेगा.
shameful phase for them, yeah, because I don't perform well. And for them, for me, it was like I will be loved only if I score well. I will be loved if only I'm obedient to them. I will be loved only if I don't cause a fight at home.
Mhm.
So there was a lot of expectations, and somewhere as a child, you get unlimited, like unconditional love. But as I kept growing, I started seeing there is one condition. Like terms and conditions was like just following me like a,
Mm.
coronavirus. It never
Okay.
left me. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, sometimes I used to get so extreme on my thoughts, like harming myself,
Mhm.
punishing myself. And even as I kept growing, like 10, 12th degree, thoughts started getting suicidal also because the pressure was so high that you're the eldest daughter, so much of
Mhm.
responsibility, then you have to get married, then you have to do this. And I was just getting buried in all this responsibility talks. And I was
So,
like, this is not I want to listen. So it was not a very, very pleasant phase, I would say.
okay. So, is it okay to say that all those emotions, because comparison is one thing which parents should never do. And in your case, there was a pressure from parents, the pressure for about teaching, also the comparison was so. Can I say that emotionally, all those emotions are somewhere there in your back of your mind, or in your this thing? You have been carrying those emotions for a long time, and it has impacted your confidence to some extent. Because
Yes, yes,
sorry, I'm now coming back to the emotion part of it. So I'm trying to
yes.
think that this thing. So is it okay to say that?
Yeah, 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 perfectly fine. Like, the first 15, 20 years of my life, I didn't know maybe what was confidence. Like that may have got disappeared from my dictionary. Because
Mm-hmm.
after all that comparisons from teachers, from parents, when it started coming,
Mm-hmm.
I just lost myself. I had least self-esteem. Like even teacher calls me in the class and
Mm-hmm.
asks me a question, and within 2 seconds, I am fainted. I am on the ground.
Oh my God. Ah.
Uh, I was so scared even in the assembly prayers. Like we stand in I studied in KV. So we stand in a row, like one arm distance. And then when someone calls me from the stage,
Mm.
I was like, now I realize then what I used to feel like, am I even worth going up the stage? And then I faint.
Mm.
So always, whenever my name is called anywhere in public, I
Mm.
used to feel so nervous, so worthless that am I even worth going up over there on the podium?
Okay.
So emotional baggage was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like I carried a lot of it until a point, till before my delivery, I could realize that there was a lot of suppression happening, because of which I started developing a lot of conditions, health conditions also.
Mm-hmm.
And then I understood, okay, bhai, bas ho gaya. I cannot take this baggage and move any further in life, because this weight is not going to let me go further. I
Mm-hmm.
need to let go of this emotional burden. So, yeah, it was a deep pit which I had put myself into. Like I don't blame anyone, because everyone did according to whatever their awareness was at that moment.
Okay.
That's all they could do. So, no blames to parents or teachers. They just did what they could. But now it's my responsibility. When I have figured it out, now it's my job to take care of this body and mind.
So, Suji, you said that yes, you don't want to blame the parents for, but what I feel is like whatever is our personality. So, at the age of maybe 18 years or 19 years, it's all because of the environment in which we are brought up. Do you
Yeah.
agree, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, somewhere parents have to take the responsibility because this is the 4 to 14 years is the age where most of the time we are with our parents, with our family. So
Yes.
somewhere they are impacting our personality.
Very
And
much.
and in
And
fact, when I go for coaching for college students and all, I said whatever is your personality, what is your belief system, it's because of your parents, your teachers, and your society. So you need not blame yourself because it's made like that.
yeah.
And that is the real truth. Though we say that कि हाँ parents ने अपना जो अच्छा किया है मानता हूँ, but their
Hmm.
belief system is their belief system. So we are
Correct.
actually our personality is made as per their belief system,
Yes.
and
Totally,
especially
totally with you. Yeah. Because that is what impacts a child and their dreams, their goals,
absolutely
because everything comes with this denominator, whatever the elders have told, oh, you're not good enough,
correct,
तुमसे तो होगा ही नहीं, तुम तो छोड़
hmm.
ही दो, you cannot manage money is not your cup of tea, your
Correct,
job is not your cup of tea, just get married,
absolutely,
take care of your family. And this is what definition becomes as a growing girl, that this
yes,
is what my world is. So I will never want to think beyond this, because I'm scared कि अगर कुछ गलत हो गया तो then again I will get blamed.
yeah. तो हमारा बिलीव भी इसी तरह से बन जाता है.
Yes, that is very toxic. Like, I mean, now when I do coaching for mothers, I realize that if my parents or the parents in our generation had this kind of knowledge or this kind of
Hmm.
teachings, I think they would have been much better parents. Like, see, you can only give what you have. And
Hmm.
if you are holding a lot of wound inside you, you will only give hurt, pain, criticism,
True, true.
comparison to your children.
Yes, absolutely.
So we need to be, of course, forgiving to them, but at the same time also understanding that just forgiving them doesn't clean your inner
Yeah,
world.
it doesn't. It doesn't.
Yeah.
So I was just smiling when you said that. काश हमारे पेरेंट्स को भी पता रहता, ठीक है, बट द फैक्ट इज इवन टुडे पेरेंट्स,
Yeah.
ठीक है, पेरेंटिंग दे जस्ट टेक इट एज ऑन अ गो, राइट? तो आजकल भी पता है तो कौन सा मार्का चेंज करते हैं? देयर ओनली 10% or 5% of people who are actual parents who
Very
know what
much.
parenting is, because parenting is not taught in us colleges. There is no
Yeah.
subject of parenting, but I generally say that parenting is actually a project of 18 to 19 years.
Yes.
And when we do a project management, there are so many things we study, but parenting is not taken as a project. आया,
Very
शादी
much.
कर लिए, बच्चे बड़ा कर दिए, ठीक है, but it's not the way, because then it's a lot more than that. So there is not much change in the past and that today also. People have become
Absolutely.
technologically good, but then they don't understand.
Yeah.
And
Totally.
okay, so with that, let's come back. So, how beliefs are stored in a human body? Because that's very important. हमने थोड़ा थोड़ा सा बात तो कर लिया,
Okay.
because especially in your community where when the ladies are single mother, they have their children, they have to bring them up. So there are a lot emotions play a major role. Their
Yes.
confidence is low, they're financially not stable. So when you handle such people, how do you handle? Because how you take those emotions out or try to bring them back onto the track?
See, the first thing we need to know is whatever is our thoughts or whatever is our emotions, what we have gone through from our childhood up until whatever age you are right now, they're all unprocessed. You know,
Okay.
we have not really worked on it. What does it mean, unprocessed? If today someone does something to you and suddenly you just get angry for no reason, like they might have not told anything. Like, is it okay if I use Hindi in between?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
okay.
Mm.
So it's like, when suddenly in office someone says something and they may not have meant to hurt you. They
Mm.
might be just giving you a feedback, but something triggers inside you. It causes anger or it takes you back into that moment when you lost a person in your life. It
Mm.
could be a grief that you're holding, or it could be a situation where it takes you back to a moment where in your childhood you were humiliated. Just
Yes.
because this event has come, suddenly that is triggering and it's causing so much of shame that I just don't feel like sitting at work right now. I just want to leave, feeling that frustration.
Mm.
Now, this is what is called unprocessed emotions.
Okay.
And once a human is carrying this in their body,
Mm.
eventually what happens, it starts affecting their nervous system
Mm.
and it goes down deeper from your nervous system, it goes down to your cellular level.
Mm.
And it starts storing there as a cellular memory.
Mm.
And how do we experience it? We start seeing a lot of, cluttered thoughts. There is no clarity. Like sometimes we ask people, like, what do you want to do in life? They're like, I don't know. Like, I have no clarity.
Mm.
Okay, if there are two things, you want to choose something between things. Suddenly they feel so stressed. They start sweating. They're not able to think
Mm.
because they're judging themselves within. So it causes a lot of energy blockages. It starts building a lot of stress. Today, people live and breathe and sleep in stress.
Yes.
And because of that, what happens is these individuals, deep inside their physical body, they start experiencing a lot of inflammations.
Mm-hmm.
And this is enough. Like you have stress, you have inflammations,
Mm.
and you've set the foundation for all the diseases to walk into your life. So,
Okay.
somewhere the body, needs to keep up the store as long as we don't consciously look at it and heal it. The moment we are able to heal it and work on it, these blockages, these stress, these inflammations, everything will start healing. But it's a process. It takes time. But as long as we say no, you spot it and you got it. So as long as you're able to find it and you
Mm.
know that you figured it,
Mm.
there your healing journey starts. So that is where I take my clients at least on like 3 months to 4 months of journey so that everything is step by step. Because today everyone feels lonely
Mm.
even though they're living in a house full of people, working in a company with so many people, but deep inside, it's
Yes.
loneliness. And that is another unprocessed emotion which is there. So it's
So,
something which we need to address as coaches also.
so is it okay to say that, say from what you have said till now, so these emotions which they
Mhm.
have, the painful emotions of the past events what they have. So they care when they carry it for over a longer period of time, maybe for a few years, it actually changes into a disease. Disease. It starts with a disease in the body and then it becomes a disease. Is it okay to say that? So,
Yes.
but then I think, Suji, somewhere this is not understood by most of the people. They
Mm.
think कि अरे ये थोड़ा बहुत बीमारी है आया है चला जाएगा, बट दे डोंट अंडरस्टैंड कि ये जो इमोशंस हम कैरी करते हैं, दिस इज वन इमोशन व्हाट यू हैव टोल्ड, देयर आर सो मेनी इमोशंस बिकॉज as a human being our life is never smooth, so there are a lot of challenges, lot of failures, so lot of, so these emotions when they carry over a period of time it changes into diseases like you said. These emotions through the nervous system will go to the cellular level and also change the genes and the DNA and all those things, and it eventually goes into diseases. बट आई थिंक ये हमें लोगों को पहुंचाना बहुत जरूरी है कि छोटे छोटे इमोशंस को दे शुड नॉट कैरी विद देम, and they should take that out and then start afresh. And I think that is where your uh, natural techniques come into play. Okay, so we'll talk about those natural techniques, NLP and all. But
Yeah.
then, so just tell me one thing: when somebody takes a medicine, for suppose you
Mm.
have a backache, they will go and take a medicine for backache. तो वो तो ठीक हो जाता है. But does it cure permanently? I'm talking about allopathy medicine. I'm not talking about Ayurvedic or homeopathy.
Yeah. Yeah. So ideally, when we take a medicine, it just does a surface level treatment.
Okay,
Uh, Especially an allopathic medicine, it doesn't have anything called permanent cure. It
absolutely.
only puts you into, it is just the starting step of getting into more chain medication.
Mm-hmm.
Because what happens is, even if you're taking something for your cold or cough or headache, that might get suppressed for a couple of days. But when this pill is going inside the body, it is causing a lot of side effects in the body.
Absolutely.
Especially, it destroys your entire microbiome community. And once that is thrashed, your entire you we find a total imbalance in the mental and the physical body.
Mm.
So that is not at all the first resort to do, until and unless it's like a broken bone and you need to go do,
Yes.
then okay, there is no other thing you can do.
Mm.
But every body signal is like telling you that give attention on the inside, like don't feed me from the outside, but just focus, why am I feeling this way on the inside? So that is where, like you said, yes, the internal work starts.
Concept of inside out.
Yes. Like the movie, the beautiful one, Inside Out. Yeah.
So, yeah, so actually, what I feel is like when we do an allopathy medicine, it works on the symptoms of a disease. बैक पेन आया तो बैक पेन कम करने के लिए दवाई दे दिया, स्टमक एक आया तो स्टमक पेन कम करने के लिए, बट दे डोंट गो टू द रूट कॉज ऑफ द डिजीज. And your neuroscience or your neurolinguistic programming techniques, what we do, they actually go to the root cause of the disease and take that disease permanently out. And that is what is required. So that's why
Yes.
I keep giving examples also. अगर डॉक्टर्स के पिल से बीपी शुगर ठीक होता तो दवाई बंद होना चाहिए, बट डॉक्टर्स कीप सेइंग ये जो जिंदगी भर आपको बीपी के टैबलेट्स लेने पड़ेंगे, डायबिटीज के टैबलेट्स लेने पड़ेंगे. दैट मीन्स
Yeah,
कंट्रोल द डिजीज, दे डोंट क्योर द डिजीजेस.
correct. If those medicine were really curing people, then India wouldn't be the diabetic capital.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So that's
And do you
something
think
to be.
diabetes is a reversible disease
Yes, definitely. I
using
mean,
the
it
techniques?
differs from condition, the stages to stages,
Hmm.
but definitely if a human is consciously living every single day
Mm-hmm.
and aware of, what you're going through mentally, what you're going through physically, what you're going through emotionally,
Mm-hmm.
eventually you are able to reverse not just diabetes, I think most of the psychosomatic conditions,
Mm.
because the only thing that our body knows is to heal.
Yes.
And all the instructions, if we keep feeding to the body, like how we feed, inputs onto chat GPT to get more data, the only data what you need to feed is the trust of healing. and the
Absolutely.
body will activate. The body knows what to do. Like even when I'm talking to you, my body is doing a million trillion tasks on the inside. I don't even know. I'm not even aware of it.
Yeah, yeah, that's
So
true.
this is all the body knows. So just feed the same language. That is all that is needed.
Mm-hmm. So you used one word, millions and trillions of processes are going on in our body. So who is doing this process? Is it your body, mind, or subconscious mind?
Yeah. So ideally, when we start off from our childhood until we are like teenagers and getting into the adult phase, or maybe until the phase we have developed something called awareness, we
Yeah.
are on an autopilot mode, which means we are functioning from our subconscious.
Yes.
And that is defining our day, that is defining our identity, that is defining our relationship, that is defining our goals in company, that is defining our personal reality.
Ah, yes.
So eventually it is about how can we come out of this subconscious and start being a co-creator. Start being a conscious creator of life. Like how
Mm-hmm.
do I want to live this life? How do I want to see my health?
Mm-hmm.
And that is what is the therapy sessions, the learnings that we take, and we start implementing it every single it may be about working on neuroplasticity. It may be doing a metaphoric healing onto the body where you are energizing your body
Mm-hmm.
with everything that is on the inside that you're activating so
Okay.
that you can create that balance. The more we are consciously able to catch ourselves being lost or getting
Mhm.
angry or getting irritated or getting sad, getting emotional, we are able to realize that we are still on that autopilot mode. And
Okay.
every day we are playing the same episode over and over and over again. But
Mm-hmm.
the moment we choose, okay, fine, this is the stop. I'm not taking these generational traumas from everyone. Like we say, diabetes is also generational, it's hereditary.
Yes.
You can make a choice. Like I was a borderline diabetic patient.
Mm.
But now I have worked and reversed myself.
Yeah.
So it is just that are you willing to give yourself time?
So is it okay to say, Susie, like you are telling me consciously living each moment of your life? And you are when you are healing, so what I generally think is I generally say also that when you are healing actually, because all these processes which are running in our background is actually running in our subconscious mind, because there are processes which are running in the subconscious mind. So can I say that when you are healing somebody naturally, using neuro-linguistic programming, you are actually rewiring the subconscious mind, or you are taking control of the subconscious mind? Is it okay to say that? Because
Yes, definitely.
because
Yeah.
I generally feel that if we can actually make our own destination, we can actually plan our own destination, future also, what goals we want. So when we are setting up our goals and achieving those goals, like you did, so you are actually rewiring your subconscious mind, telling your subconscious mind that ये मेरा goal है, मुझे ये पाना है. Is it okay to say that?
Yes, very much. Because what, you know, whatever teachings were given to us is what is in the subconscious. So if somebody is told you that you're not good enough for doing
Mm-hmm.
what you're doing, that is all that becomes when you take up a job, when you want to get into a relationship, when you become a parent also. Sometimes we have this thought, oh, I'm not good enough. I may not be a good parent.
Correct.
This keeps happening. And then the same things keeps passing on. We pass it on to our children also.
Absolutely.
But where we are able to put a full stop and think, okay, fine, whatever happened till now didn't go well. Maybe I was not a good mother, but
Mm-hmm.
now I want to redefine my life. Like, this is what I want to spend at least 10 to 15 minutes with my child every day to have that healthy conversation.
Hmm.
Or I want to set my corporate goals in a very clear way where I can achieve it. So, the moment you are able to redefine what is your life like in different areas, parenting, your personal, your social,
Absolutely.
professional, wherever it is,
Mm-hmm.
you're able to define, you already have a map.
Mm-hmm.
So, what happens? The old map, which is inside,
Mm-hmm.
that will now realize that, okay, hamara time ho gaya, we have to resign because now there is a new map which has come up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then we start focusing on this new map and we start creating our direction. So, this is our goal. How we reach our goal is totally up to us.
Yes, yes,
And
absolutely.
then we start working with different styles in different ways, doing mistakes, learning from it. It is never wrong. Like from childhood, it's even told, don't make mistakes. If you
Mm.
make mistakes, you're dumb, you're
You're
stupid,
foolish.
you're
Mm.
foolish. That becomes your map. Now we need to change that map. So the more
Yeah,
you create, redefine your maps, the more we are able to reprogram ourselves. The more we reprogram, automatically the old program, it has to get uninstalled.
true. So basically, you're reprogramming your subconscious mind.
Yes,
Great.
deeply. And
Yeah.
and that is not like a 3 months or 4 months therapy and it's over. Every day you need to be consciously in that state of catching yourself, judging yourself, catching yourself, feeling sad for
Mhm.
something what happened 10 years back.
True,
You
true.
need to keep working. It's a daily effort.
Yeah. So, but suppose some patient comes to you and maybe at the age of 25, 30 years or so. अब 30 years तक उसका माइंड में पूरा गार्बेज लिमिटिंग बिलीव्स है, बहुत सारे इवेंट्स है, बहुत सारे पेन्स है, बहुत सारे डिस्प्लेजर्स हैं. Now when they come with that garbage to you and they said कि मुझे जल्दी क्विकली होना चाहिए,
Hmm.
I should come out of it very quickly. So what do you suggest? Well, how much time it takes? Because it's not easy. Some decades of
Yeah.
garbage when you come emotions they're coming to you and उसको बोले कि immediately ठीक है. So what is how much time it takes? Maybe
Very
around three to
interesting
four
question.
months.
I mean, I've heard this question many a times from my clients also.
That
Like,
people come
they,
because they don't
yeah,
have patience now.
yeah. Because, that is how we have become a consumer to this market. Like
Yeah.
everything, 2 minute का मैगी चाहिए,
हाँ.
इंस्टामार्ट करो, ब्लिंकिट करो, like this, ऐसे
Yes.
चाहिए सब.
सब
तो
चाहिए.
ऐसे माहौल में you would expect that okay, now this would also happen very fast. And
Hmm.
if the person sitting in front is like 45, 50 years old, they have like 5 decades of baggage in them.
Absolutely. Hmm.
What am I supposed to do in like in an interaction or
Yes.
just maybe in a month?
Hmm.
You need to be committed to tell me that I am willing to do anything under the sky.
Yes.
You instruct me. So it's your commitment that brings you the results.
Absolutely. Hmm.
And the moment you start figuring out yourself that I want to heal myself, I want to come out of this, you need to first of all acknowledge that it is 30, 40, 50 years of baggage.
Yes.
It will not go immediately by, like how somewhere you take a painkiller or,
Yes.
it doesn't.
It
This
doesn't work
is
like that.
deep work. It takes patience, commitments, and determination.
True. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think even when people come to me also, I say you need to have belief on the system, belief on the techniques, what you're doing, and also you have to have belief on me and have that patience.
Yes,
Patience. And like you rightly said, they should come out and tell you very frankly कि ये I am committed to जो भी मुझे करवाओगे तो मैं करूंगा या करूंगी. वो होना
correct.
चाहिए. Otherwise, it's not possible.
Very much. Because,
Yeah.
see, we as coaches or healers, we cannot get into their life and do everything for them. It's not a spoon feeding journey. It is about we can assist you, guide you, show you the path. You
Hmm.
need to walk your life.
Yeah.
And if someone is not committed, they just want to put everything onto the person in front, the
Hmm.
therapist or the counselor, and say, you do it for me.
Hmm.
Sorry, we cannot. Because there is no quick fix on this planet to heal yourself. You need
Absolutely.
to have patience.
Yeah. So, Sujay, coming back, how important is our human gut? Means how are these emotions connected to human gut, or how is our mind and our gut are connected? So throw some light on it because audience doesn't know the importance of gut.
Okay, so gut for me is, though in medical science we say gut is your second brain, for me gut is my first brain because
Yeah.
you know that does everything for me. Like for the last 7, 8 years that I've been into this journey, I see that the more I take care of my gut,
Hmm.
like there were times when I have gone through constipation, I've gone through bloating,
Hmm.
even diarrhea at times. Okay, and then on the same day, if I have to do a work
Hmm.
or if I have to do some task at home, there is no clarity. Like दिमाग चलता ही नहीं है.
Hmm.
Because your body is so tired, fatigued, going through some repair. And at that moment, you want to be productive, you want to achieve
Okay.
goals, you want to stay focused in a meeting. नहीं होता है. Because people think, it is also a misconception that people have that कि mind is something different, gut is something different.
Yes.
So we need to understand that this is one system. If it is all standing on the 2 feet that we have, this is one system. It is not like department, HR department, finance department, like hospital we see, cardiology department, udhar se left jao, neurology udhar jao, gastroenteritis, you go to the other building. In the buildings, it may be different, but in our system, it is one place. So
Yeah.
if my gut is not taken care, it
Hmm.
impacts the moods. How I feel. Do I feel very energetic? Do I feel very alert, active, happy? If the gut is not, because scientifically seen, your gut has more neurons than the neurons that you have in your brain.
Yes.
So if we are not taking care of this little buddy of ours, the
Hmm.
gut, then we are literally screwing up our entire system. And today's eating lifestyle is like, don't ask about it. Like children are like on every junk.
Yeah. Why children? Elders also.
Yeah. I mean, they are learning from the adults itself. So there
Correct,
is.
correct. So, tell us something about gut. You spoke about gut microbiome earlier. What is this microbiome? Because my audience doesn't understand. ये क्या microbiome होता है? बैक्टीरिया होता है. Gut में क्या बैक्टीरिया होता है? थोड़ा सा बताओ तो क्या है? What is this microbiome all about?
Okay, so our gut is like, it's a community of uh, microorganisms. Okay,
Okay.
this community of microorganisms is called the microbiome.
Okay.
So, microorganisms could be bacteria, could be virus, could be parasites, whatever is living inside you is a community of microorganisms.
Okay.
And recently, in one of the researchers, also, I saw when they did a full body scan, just your feet, whatever is your feet size, that is all what we are. The rest all is microorganisms.
Okay.
Our whole body from top to toe is inside worked by these microorganisms. I call these the, magical genies. They do all the inner work. From the day we are born out of our mother's womb,
Hmm.
we are gifted these microorganisms.
Okay.
And especially if it is a normal delivery, what the mother is doing, then the child gets all those microorganisms through the mother's vagina as she's delivering the baby.
Okay.
If it is a C-section, you tend to get lesser because you're not going through the normal process. You're just cut open and the
Mhm.
child is brought out. So, the gift that we get from our mother is the biggest gift that we have for the rest of our life. But how we take care of this ecosystem matters the most.
Okay.
Because these microorganisms, we have around 100 trillion bacteria in our body. And when we are born, it is like in a proportion of 80 healthy, 20 unhealthy. And that is the proportion of the nature itself. Like there is good, there is bad. Everything goes in balance.
Okay.
But as we keep growing from our infancy to childhood to a teenage, adulthood, and old age, it all depends on our lifestyle, about everything that we have taken in through all our five senses, how we have intoxicated this community. And that is why today there are so many more health conditions compared to what was, maybe like you look back 60, 70 years. Those people may not have gone for so many medical checkups or prescriptions or surgeries like how today people are.
Mhm.
So, this is the core of us. If we are able to take care of this gut every single day, I think we would be very, very conscious creators in everything that we're doing in life.
So, what you mean to say is, uh, our gut microbiome has a concept of 80-20. 80 is good bacteria and bad bacteria, 20% is bad bacteria. And over a period of time, because of our lifestyle, the eating habits, the sleeping habits, we this microbiome gets imbalanced. And
Yes,
when this gets imbalanced, you get the diseases.
very much. I mean,
This is
it can
what.
go like the other way. Now it is 80-20 as we were
अच्छा
born,
उल्टा हो गया.
and now it goes reverse because, that is how we have
Okay.
been treating our body. Like nobody taught us how to treat our body and mind,
हाँ हाँ.
what we need to be doing. So it happens.
So means if you want somebody want and this causes diseases. Diseases
Yes.
like bloating, acid reflux, psoriasis, migraine, all these.
Yeah.
So what you mean to say is if we can actually bring that balance back 80-20, so all these diseases will go off.
Very much. Most every psychosomatic condition which happens through your gut
Mm-hmm.
environment can actually reverse your emotional imbalances, can
Wow.
bring back your mood very much more recharged, can boost your immunity, can even build more cognitive skills in children and in adults. Like today, if
Okay.
people are going through a lot of neurodegenerative conditions like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and all of it, it's because we have destroyed our gut to a
Okay.
very, very large extent.
So
So it
great.
is.
So very interesting. So ये क्या उल्टा दवाई खाने से हो जाता है कि कुछ और करना पड़ता है?
It is, I would say 80 to 85% it's lifestyle conditions.
Okay.
Like every single day, what you're doing matters the most because the more the gut is disturbed,
Mm-hmm.
the mind suffers. There is no two ways about it. So it's about, understanding where is this coming from? What is gone inside?
Mm-hmm.
So the more work, like we said, inside out is the only journey which would give you a long lasting health, longevity, mobility in your body, flexibility, no matter how aged we are. Like if you look at people who are in the blue zones,
Mm-hmm.
they live a very, very healthy life because
Yeah.
their lifestyle is like that they don't retire ever. Like we have something called retirement. Retirement doesn't happen for them.
Yeah, it's a negative word.
No. Yes.
ग्रेट ग्रेट. सो थोड़ा सा टिप्स दे दो ना हमारे ऑडियंस के
Ah,
लिए जिनको
okay.
मतलब दे वांट टू लिव लॉन्ग दे वांट टू लिव हैप्पी दे डोंट वांट टू स्पेंड मनी फॉर मेडिकेशन. सम टिप्स क्या क्या खा सकते हैं क्या क्या पी सकते हैं.
Okay. So, simple things like what I personally do in my life
हाँ.
and what I teach my community members is also that just walk out of the house every day early morning. Chappal nahi pehnne ka, don't wear footwears or anything. Just walk in nature. Like if you have a place like a garden, like mitti hai, or there is sand or beach side if you're living, wherever it is, get out there, exposing your skin to nature. That is
Absolutely.
very important because we call it the grounding process. The more you are able to ground yourself in Mother Nature, you automatically get the electrons that you need in your body
True.
through your feet because your feet has all the sensors, and quite magically your feet has all the nerve endings. So if you're able to connect your feet to Mother Nature, the soil, automatically, you recharge yourself. Just that 5 minutes walk, if you can do, it's magical, it's game changing. You
Good.
don't have to do too much of spa and treatments and all of it, but do this, it really helps. Like walking up a mountain, going for trekking, you
Hmm.
know, if in a busy life you can't do that, just do grounding. That is all that
Okay.
is needed.
Mm-hmm.
Then, when it comes to my breathing exercises, I do something called diaphragmic breathing.
Okay.
It helps a lot. Like, you take two breaths inside and you exhale through your mouth. You take two breaths inside, exhale through your mouth. Now, what you're doing, it is allowing your lungs to expand.
Hmm.
In a busy day, we are not doing anything. Just
Yeah.
from bed, we are getting up in the house, then we are getting into the car, going to work, again back into. So it's like a box to box to box living.
Hmm.
We are not really exposing ourselves to
Yeah.
nature, going for a sport, cycling, walking, swimming. Nothing. So your lungs is not able to pull more oxygen. When
Yeah.
that is not getting in, your blood will not get purified. Your brain will not get oxygenated. So try diaphragmic breathing maybe for 1 or 2 minutes every day. Like at least for 5 cycles of breath.
Mm.
Just do that much. I mean, these are easy ways to do things. You
Yeah.
don't have to, wear some, gym gears, get a mat,
Mm.
nothing. You can do it anywhere,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
Another thing, what I personally practice is journaling out. I keep a book and a
Mm.
pen and I write out things when I am going through a dip. Like if I'm getting irritated, I'm getting angry, I'm feeling sad about something, I know my body is telling something. Write it down. What is the body telling? Where is this coming from? Where is it located? Where can you feel it? Like, how is the feeling? Just write. Because writing is a beautiful way because when your fingers are touching the pen, it is
Exactly.
connected to your brain neurons. It's
Absolutely.
connected to your gut. Automatically, your body gets the signal, hey, this person wants to release
Mm.
those emotional blockages or baggages. And body will start responding. Body is a very beautiful friend and a communicator, only if you give time. Very
Good.
important.
Mm.
Another thing is what every one of us, irrespective of our age, what we eat.
Mm.
Eating wholesome food.
Mm.
Because this body is come from nature. We go back to nature. So when we have food of nature, food of life, which is, green leafy plants, vegetables, sprouts, dates, nuts. These all come from nature. And this has
Absolutely.
rich source of vitamin B12, vitamin D, and today most of us are deficient of all this.
Mm.
So wholesome grains, having, gut friendly food like we call the kanji, the fermented drinks, it could be beetroot, it could be carrot, fermented drinks because age old time there were no refrigerators.
Yes.
People used to under the ground
Yeah.
ferment in the earthen pots and they
Correct.
used to
Yes.
drink because that was the best way to preserve, cool the food, and it preserves its nutrients and the
Yes. Mm.
microbiomes.
Mm.
And that is exactly what we are. That is what we need. And the moment you're able to do that, detoxification is a byproduct, cleansing is a byproduct.
Yes.
Then sleep time.
Yeah.
Sleep is something which is very important. So I make sure that I go to bed by 10. Very important. Before bedtime, your hygiene routine needs to be taken care. That
Mm.
is also very important. You just don't sit on the screen scrolling through and then hit the bed. That is not a quality sleep. Anytime you wake up in the morning, we feel tired. So sleep is something very, very important. And as I'm sleeping, I do a yoga nidra. So it's like, you're scanning your body, you're relaxing, and you're going deep. So that ritual of sleeping, like preparing to sleep is important. We don't, like, if we ask someone, do you prepare to sleep? They're like, what? Like, do you even have to prepare to sleep?
Sleep.
We don't know, but these are things we need to learn.
Yeah. Yeah.
And before I sleep, I definitely say at least three things that I'm grateful for
Great.
today. Like anything, any small thing. So these are simple things I think which might.
Great, great. I think so you have covered it beautifully. All these six things which are very much required. I was just hoping you'll miss out one of them so that I can pitch in, but you covered everything very beautifully. I was just thinking that you will not cover the sleep part of it, but you covered that also. So great. I think walking, breathing, journaling is very important. Eating habits, what you eat, and sleep. And I think all this doesn't require any money.
Yeah,
Very
these are
simple.
so nature friendly, सब
नेचर
free
फ्रेंडली
में
या
है.
फ्री
Yeah.
में है फिर भी लोग यूज नहीं करते हैं आई
And
थिंक
that is again a mindset, na? What
यस
comes for free, we take it for granted.
ग्रांटेड
Like we got
एब्सोल्युटली
this body and mind free.
यस यस
That is why we take it for granted. But look at someone who's owning an iPhone. That iPhone is so precious. Someone who's owning a car, your car is very precious. Like you will
यस
service it every 6 months.
बॉडी को नहीं
What
करते
about the
कुछ
body?
हाँ, सालों भर देखते नहीं जिम वॉकिंग तो कभी किया नहीं ईटिंग
Yeah.
हैबिट पिज्जा ये सब करना एनीवे so that's I think it's done very but now let me come back to the very important point uh, how what do you say about to look young, use the creams which they come, use different soaps, toothpaste. How are these? Are these actually beneficial in keeping your skin tight and shining, or they are harming? What do you say? Let's take about soaps and let's take about toothpaste, just for example, cosmetics.
Yeah. So I personally haven't used cosmetics for like a good amount of years now, 4 or 5 years,
Hmm.
and I see the change because these cosmetics, let it be lipstick or perfumes or all of this contains something called xenoestrogens. Okay, now what does
Estrogen.
this
Oh.
do? This is like uh, a replica of estrogens in the body.
Mm-hmm.
So, what the body thinks, it is a safe external, a foreign body which is coming into the body. And once it gets into our bloodstream, like your skin is the largest organ in the body. So, the moment you're putting a sunscreen or a foundation or a thinner or whatever we apply on the body, it directly goes into the bloodstream.
Yes.
And eventually, what happens? People start experiencing hormonal imbalance
Oh.
because they have got parabens, they have got sulfates, they have got uh, BPAs. So these are all chemicals. Like if you turn around the product and see, these are all written over there. So try not to buy things which have so much of chemicals because if that is giving a shelf life for that product for 2 years, 3 years,
Hmm.
like
Absolutely.
a product from nature will not sit fresh for two weeks also. It
Yes.
will get rotten. That is the natural process. So
Yes.
imagine if a product has a shelf life of 2, 3 years, it
Hmm.
is only taking away your shelf life.
Absolutely.
So these products, chemicals, as long as they have all these chemicals, preservatives, additives in it, I would suggest that don't go for it. There are other plant-based products
Mhm.
which has zero chemicals, which is good for your body. Of course, it may not have so much of fragrance. It
Hmm.
will be very mild, but it is good for the body. Or your normal natural oils,
Hmm.
they are good. You don't have to literally think about a sunscreen or a lipstick or a like every day. Like these days, people may not be even having shower for 2, 3 days because they have a perfume. Like it
Yeah.
literally goes all over the place.
Yes.
And the moment it touches your skin, and people put it directly on the skin, not even on the shirt or the salwar. So it goes into the blood. And then when a disease comes, then we understand, okay, what is happening. But still, these are not things which are informed very publicly that this could be a cause. So
So
these
this is.
chemicals we need to be very, very careful of, especially our toothpaste. We need to
Hmm.
just throw it away because morning, the first dose of sugar that we are taking in is through the toothpaste because
Okay.
your gums store, your tongue is taking in, right? They are storing in, and we don't realize, and they have so much of fluoride in it, which is not good for your brain health. It deteriorates. People are having neurodegenerative conditions. Toothpaste is one of the main reasons. Like for me, it's like cinnamon, uh, turmeric. I make powder, mix it with Himalayan pink salt, and that is my tooth powder.
Hmm. Okay.
I just use that. Even the plastic toothbrush, that is not good because the nanoplastics go into your body. Every day when you use it, buy something like a bamboo one. Bamboo brushes you get. The bristles are also very, very healthy plant based. It is good. So we need to be consciously choosing what we want to do. Even, when it comes to deodorants, we have a lot of, very odor free, aluminum free, because there is a lot of aluminum metal mixed in, most of the chemicals in the body. And that just goes into the blood, contaminates your body, creates a lot of imbalances. So choose something which is more nature friendly, which doesn't have much shell life, but it is good for your body and skin and for your family. Even what we use, like detergent, when we wash vessels, the detergents, because you're touching it with your hands, it goes into the blood. So use something which is home friendly, which you can make at home, maybe lemon. It really helps a lot. You touch lemon, it's good for your skin. So there are many, many ways, like we cannot finish it in a session, but these are the small things which we do every day, which we can be aware of.
I was just smiling because you're inviting so many enemies now. You're telling all the yes, you're telling not to use the soaps, not to use cosmetics, not to use deodorants, and see how many ladies they'll be against you now. Huh?
Oh,
So
very much.
get
They would
ready, get
hate
ready.
me for it. I know they would hate me for it.
Get ready.
But they need to also know there are alternatives. They don't have to be deprived of cosmetics, perfumes, roll-ons. You still have all of it in
Yeah.
plant-based. And I know people who really
And
do
I
it.
can I can see you in front of me, not using detergents and not using any cosmetic for last 5 years and 6 years. So you are looking fresh, young. Yeah,
Yes,
great.
very much. It just brings you back to life, so
Yeah.
it's
I
good.
think these are the secrets which the pharma fraternity they will never share, and people actually go by the ads they get in the TVs and all those things. So by those ads, actually, they are hacking their subconscious mind of the audience and the belief system actually. And actually,
Yes.
people should actually means listen to such podcasts, especially to people like Suji, who actually works on nature and how to look young and fit when you are using the natural things, not by the cosmetics. Yeah. Good, good. I
Very
think, Suji, we have gone deep into it, and this is going to be a very interesting podcast for the people, at least who are interested to have a long life and a disease-free and a happy life. So, one more thing, what is throw some light on that vagus nerve, which connects our mind and our gut, and which is the longest nerve in our body. So, how is the communication taking place? Shortly, not going into deep.
Okay, so our vagus nerve is like I would call it as a divine friend that nature has given you, which is right at the back. It is somewhere like just below the head and above your shoulders. Okay, it is called uh, it's a healing pathway of your life. It's
Okay.
like if you really want to work on, having good sleep, quality rest, if
Mm.
you want your digestion to be in place, if you want to have that emotional balance or emotional regulation, I would say, because every day we would have emotion, we cannot escape from it.
True.
We would find places where we get irritated, frustrated, anger, some sad memories. It would keep coming, but it's all about how you regulate, how you keep modulating yourself. Now,
Mm.
if all this need to be in place, your vagus nerve needs to be taken care at priority.
Okay.
And what do I do? Like for the vagus nerve, many a times is breathing exercises, which I mentioned. Breathing helps a lot
Mm.
to activate your vagus nerve because
Okay.
that is one of the ways which connects your brain to your gut.
Mm.
This is the medium. It is the highway which connects your brain and your gut. And if this medium is having a clear passage, like traffic नहीं है, congestion नहीं है, कोई accident नहीं हुआ highway पे, you have a proper channel from your gut to your vagus nerve to your brain.
Mm.
And this alignment will bring more immunity boosters, keep your gut microbiomes in place, keep your mood swings right in place, keep your mental memory power, the attention retention power will keep increasing. Today, attention span is what, like 2 seconds, 3 seconds? Like we
Yeah.
just get distracted. Like,
Agree.
today, like I said, like we are a consumer for everything that is happening in the market.
Mm.
Like लोग बेच रहे हैं हमको. Like आप
Yeah.
ये देखो, आप ये खाओ, आप वो करो. But the moment we are able to take care of this, gut, brain, and your vagus nerve alignment, it
Okay.
really helps a lot. So if you might have also seen like people doing ice tub dips,
Mm-hmm.
because that when the coldness hits your vagus nerve,
Mm-hmm.
it really activates, it sparks a connection between your gut and your brain.
Okay.
So these are some things which really help. Sometimes I do the humming,
Mm.
and that really helps a lot to activate your vagus nerve. Because what is happening is your vagus nerve helps you to switch from a sympathetic nervous system to a parasympathetic nervous system.
Yeah.
So the moment you are angry, you're frustrated, what is happening? Your mouth, your saliva gets dried up. Your digestion gets stopped because
Mm.
now the concentration is somewhere else. Your heartbeat just keeps pumping up. And the entire imbalance happens in the sympathetic nervous system. But the moment you are able to activate your vagus nerve with your breath, The
Hmm.
easiest way to do in any difficult situation is come back to your breath. The
Hmm.
moment you are able to activate your vagus nerve, you
Mhm.
switch immediately to a parasympathetic nervous system.
Okay.
And immediately your mouth will salivate, where you are able to talk. Your mind relax. So your flow of conversation, if you were delivering a presentation or if you were sitting in an interview, you felt nervous, you're switching. It makes it more
Cool.
effective. So vagus nerve is like, it's very divine. You need to take care of it. You need to
Okay.
listen to it.
Great insights. I think बंद करने की इच्छा तो नहीं हो रही है. अभी और भी बहुत कुछ है.
Wow.
लेकिन I think we have to bring it in. But I think overall we have discussed everything, right? From your community to emotions, then going back into the importance of how emotions actually cause diseases over a period of time, and then gut and mind connection. So I think great, Sujit. It's nice talking to you. And before I end up this particular podcast, one message you would like to give to one, the single moms, and the second is to the youth of this country.
Oh, that's so special because, as working with single mothers, I anyways like children are anyways taken care. So,
Yeah. Good.
what I would say is just listen to your body signals.
Mhm.
Very, very important. Like when you're as a mother, of course, there is a lot of responsibilities on your shoulders, but give yourself some time. Like, listen to what is your body wanting to communicate when you have a neck pain, when you have a shoulder pain, when you have an upset tummy. Your body is signaling something. It is not something to be just taken from the outside.
True.
But listen to those bodily signals and trust your intuitions because habits die hard. Okay, that
Yeah.
that is the truth. But when you trust your intuitions,
Mm.
it is very easy to collapse that pyramid of habits that we have cultivated over a period of time, especially the unhealthy, unproductive ones.
Yes.
And to youth, I would say just keep moving as you keep moving because the more your body is active, the mind is alert. Okay,
Yes.
don't make your mind run a marathon. Don't. Allow your mind to sit in a breathing exercise, just
Okay.
observing breath for some time, just walking in nature. Keep your physical body active, like as we have been doing sports, games, kho, kabaddi, and everything. Just keep that. The more you're able to keep your body active, the more you're traveling in the midst of nature, and the more you're listening to your inner emotions.
Okay. Mm.
That is very, very important. And every day, something what you do is you eat. Like you eat 3 meals a day, at least 1 meal a day, every day you eat. Just look into your plate. What are you eating? That will give you a lot of answers.
Great. So great, Suji. It was a great podcast, and I think people who are going to listen to this whole podcast, it's a holistic this thing for wellness and using a natural techniques. So thank you so much for being there on my podcast, and thank you. So,
Thank
friends,
you.
that was a great podcast, and you have seen how Suji is helping people, especially single moms, to come out of the emotions, lead a happy and a thriving life, and using the natural techniques. And in this particular podcast, we have seen as to how actually we can be healthy without going for medication using the natural techniques, especially the 6 things what Suji has told: breathing, eating, physical exercises, sleeping, and of course, one more is left, that is hydration. You have to hydrate yourself. So great.
I'm glad you have
So,
something to
yeah,
say.
thank you so much. And till our next episode, take care of yourself. Have a great day and Jai Hind.